USCIS cases are suddenly moving fast in 2025, but there's a dangerous catch. Thousands of immigrants are receiving green card interview letters just weeks after applying. Citizenship tests are scheduled faster than ever. Asylum interviews from nearly a decade ago are suddenly showing up. On the surface, it feels like a dream. But if you're not ready, this speed could be your biggest immigration risk yet. In this video, we'll break down the unexpected acceleration of USCIS cases in 2025. We'll also show you why it might be happening, and how to protect yourself from being caught off guard. The biggest danger isn't denial. It's what comes next. Something unusual is happening at USCIS. When Donald Trump returned to office in January 2025, most legal experts prepared for widespread delays, denials, and courtroom battles. What they didn't expect was movement. Rapid movement. Green card applicants in the US are suddenly being called for interviews. Naturalization candidates are being approved within months. Even long-pending asylum cases are coming back to life after years of silence. No major announcements were made. No press releases. No warnings. But immigration attorneys across the country are seeing it firsthand. Cases are moving fast. Marriage-based green cards are being scheduled first. One of the most noticeable changes is in marriage-based adjustment of status filings. Applicants who submitted their forms in spring are now receiving interview dates in summer, some before even getting their work permit or travel document. One couple in Chicago received their interview notice just 6 weeks after filing. Another in Los Angeles had their citizenship interview scheduled in under 3 months. This is a level of speed that hasn't been seen in years. At first glance, it looks like progress, but when you look closer, there's a reason to be cautious. Why the sudden speed might be a strategy. Many immigration attorneys believe this acceleration isn't just about efficiency, it may be about targeting. If USCIS moves faster, they can find weaknesses earlier. A missing document, an outdated address, a past misstatement. In the past, delays gave applicants time to correct issues or respond to requests, but now, there may be no time at all. This is especially true for applicants with past immigration violations, unresolved arrests, or inconsistent paperwork. Filing a weak case in 2025 doesn't just mean a denial. It could lead to a notice to appear in immigration court, or worse, a referral to ICE. Speed is helping some, but only inside the US. If you're applying from inside the country, this might be your only window to move forward. But if your spouse or family member is applying from abroad, it's a completely different story. Consular processing has barely moved. Interviews at US embassies overseas remain delayed. Fiancé visas, overseas spousal green cards, and even employment-based cases outside the US are still frozen. It appears that USCIS is prioritizing domestic applicants, people who are already present in the United States. That's no coincidence. Trump's 2025 immigration plan, drafted by the Heritage Foundation's Project 2025 team, calls for strict limits on new arrivals, while quietly shifting attention to enforcement inside the country. For some, this may be the best time to file. If your case is clean, well-prepared, and ready to go, this might actually be the best time to apply. Why? Because interviews are being scheduled, cases are being approved, and the system hasn't fully locked down yet. Filing now, before the next wave of enforcement hits, could help you beat the worst of it. But you must be ready from day one. In this fast-moving environment, there's almost no room for error. Requests for evidence are being replaced by straight-up denials. Late filings might not get a second chance. Avoid the trap. File like you'll only get one shot. In past years, USCIS gave people time to fix small mistakes. Forget a document? They'd send you a notice. Need a police clearance from your home country? You had time to get it. That's not the case anymore. Today, if your file is incomplete or unclear, it might be rejected immediately. Worse, a flawed case could raise red flags that lead to removal proceedings. That's why you need to prepare every single document before you file. Tax transcripts, birth certificates, criminal record checks, everything. If something's missing, USCIS might assume you're hiding it. Get legal help before you submit anything. If you're unsure about your case, don't guess. This isn't the time to experiment with do-it-yourself filings. Talk to a licensed immigration attorney. Double-check your entire history. Make sure your record is clean, your documents are complete, and your story is consistent. And remember, what you submit today might be used against you tomorrow. Even if you've been in the US legally for years, one misstep now could undo everything you've built. The silent shift, old asylum cases are moving. Another surprise in 2025 is the sudden revival of long-pending asylum cases. Applicants who filed back in 2015, 2016, or 2017 are now receiving interview notices out of nowhere. Some believe this is part of a quiet effort by the Department of Homeland Security to clear out the old backlog. Others think it's a data purge, a move to resolve or remove dormant files before new rules take effect. Whatever the reason, if you have a pending asylum case from years ago, this could be your moment. But like everything else right now, speed means risk. Be prepared. One miss could cost you everything. We've entered a time when mistakes are punished quickly. You might not get a warning. You might not get a second letter. If you're not ready the first time, you may not get a next time. That's why preparation is everything in 2025. Double-check your history. Run your fingerprints. Order certified copies of court records if you've ever been arrested. Make sure every answer is truthful and supported by proof. And most importantly, do not file unless you are 100% ready, because USCIS might already be watching. Here's what we recommend. If you're considering filing a green card, naturalization, or asylum application, do it now, but do it right. Don't wait for things to get worse. But don't rush either. Speak to an expert. Gather your documents. Review your full immigration history. If you've used multiple names, addresses, or had past visa violations, clean it all up before applying. And if you're overseas, know that delays may continue. The current system favors those inside the US, at least for now. Final thoughts: it's a window, not a guarantee. Immigration in 2025 is unpredictable. For some, the door is opening wider than ever. For others, it's closing fast. The one thing we do know? There are no guarantees. If you're ready, this might be your best shot, but only if you're fully prepared. USCIS is moving faster, but that doesn't mean it's being generous. It may be moving fast to catch mistakes early and deny without mercy. So file smart, not just fast. Was this helpful? Are you seeing sudden movement in your USCIS case too? Let us know in the comments. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon for future updates. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video, right here on US Immigration Intel.